Now I'm going to introduce the principle of the singing rods. Stroke the rod to make the vibration. In the rods, there are many kinds of waves of different frequencies. Hold the rod in the center to adjust the wave. By continuing stroking the rod, the sound will be louder and louder. The degree of thickness is related to the difficulty of creating the sound. Compared to rods about the same length but different thickness, we will find that the thicker rod includes more atoms, so we need more energy to make it vibrate. So the thicker rod is difficult to create the sound, and the thinner rod is easier to create the sound. The length of the rod is related to the frequency of the sound. The longer rod will create the longer wavelength, that is the lower frequency. And the shorter rod will create the shorter wavelength, that is the higher frequency. The density of the rod is related to the difficulty of creating the sound. The higher density, the molecular structure is more close, so we need more energy to make it vibrate.
What I want to introduce now is the bamboo cicada sound. What I want to introduce is the production principle of the bamboo cicada sound. How does the bamboo cicada emit sound? As the bamboo cicada rotates, the string and the chopstick loop each other and make a wave. The waves pass by the string and arrive at the diaphragm finally. The sound is enlarged by the acoustical resonator. There are two reasons influence the frequency of the sound. One is the caliber of the sound box. The other is the length of the sound box. Why does the caliber of the sound box affect the frequency? Because the wave in the sound box is not only longitudinal but crosswise. The bigger the caliber is, the longer the wave length is. The wave length is in reverse proportion with the wave length, with the frequency. So the frequency is lower. Similarly, the longer the length of the sound box is, the longer the wave length is. Relatively, the lower the frequency is.
Now I want to introduce the carrier cavity earphone. The carrier cavity is a very good resonator. When we take the carrier cavity earphone, put on our hand, the loudspeaker can send out the vibration waves. Transmitted by the score, the vibration waves produce resonance to enlarge the sound and the vibrate our eardrum that we can hear the sound. Some feature in use is the wand-bound conduction telephone. Wand-bound conduction telephone. This telephone is different from the common one. It is used for the people who hard to listen. There is a prominence on the earphone. Then it will transfer the vibration to our eardrum. As long as the earphone depends on our forehand, we can hear the sound. The people who can hear the sound light can carry on the communication with other people. Thank you for your listen.
Welcome to the aluminum rod concert. Do you believe that we can use the aluminum rod to play a song? It's not kidding. It can be true. This is an aluminum rod frame. We have 5 different lengths aluminum rod on this wooden frame, so that each of them has different frequency, so that we can use them to play a melody. Now, let me show you the household song, Busy Bees.